Be reviewing the G-Box Midnight MX2 Android-powered set-top box. It's powered by Android 4.2.2, which is the latest iteration of Jelly Bean. I'm showing you some comparisons to other products that are on the market right now that attempt to do what the MX2 is capable of doing. We have two Android power sticks from the MK802 series, this being the first iteration and this is being the fourth. They just don't really compare greatly to what the MX2 can do because they have bad overheating problems. They're just not as stable, and their Wi-Fi reception is really horrible. Comparing this to the Apple TV is much smaller, but I would say right here that size actually does matter because this box is able to do so much more than the Apple TV can do. You can not only stream media content to your TV, but you can download apps, games, educational programs, productive applications, and that's just something that the Apple TV cannot do right now. And in comparison to the original Midnight box, it's the same shape, has the same amount of ports, but everything under the hood of the MX2 just makes this box so much faster and more stable than the original Midnight. We have a dual-core processor in the MX2, which you can really tell the difference when you're comparing it to the original Midnight. So some of the ports on this in the back are you have your power plug. If I can get to focus, you have your power plug that you plug in here to power the device. You have an Ethernet cord. I would highly recommend using an Ethernet cord instead of using the Wi-Fi. And also the developers of this box encourage Ethernet because if you want the best streaming options, you're going to want to use an Ethernet cord. I have HDMI output. You have an AV, so if you're using an older TV, you can use the old composite cables. You have an optical audio out if you want to put this to your receiver and surround sound system, which it's capable of doing. We have 4 USB ports that you can add peripherals to, such as a game controller, which I'll be demoing later, and a USB mouse and keyboard, which is what this little stick is for. Also, it has an SD card in. It comes with a remote, infrared remote. The remote isn't... I really don't use the remote. I'm going to use the mouse and keyboard. I find it a lot better than using this remote because this remote just... It's not best for what my intended purposes are for this review. So I'm going to plug in my cords now. Now the G-Box Midnight MX2 is booting up. And I'm gonna share with you what my intended purposes is with this box is to use it as basically a computer. I have some productivity apps such as an Office app that allows me to create Word documents, spreadsheets, and PowerPoint presentations. I also work at an autistic preschool and it's set up so the children can use some apps to help them learn. They use a mouse to to do these apps and to learn different things. I found that when children use a mouse, it's not as easy for them instead of using a touch screen. So by using a mouse, their hand-eye coordination improves so much more. Okay, but I know that not everyone else is going to use it for that purposes, so I just want to show you some of the media apps that I have installed. I have Netflix. It's a custom version that the MX2 comes with because the one in the Play Store is not compatible with this box. As you can see, there's takes some loading. I don't have the box on Wi-Fi. I have it just plugged in with an Ethernet cord to get the best results for streaming possible. So here's some How I Met Your Mother.
But you'll stay for the Dutch Masters on Bottlecast.
Plus, you'll be bowling with 2
So when you're watching Netflix, it will go full screen. I also have Pandora. We have an internet browser with Flash installed. So let me show you one of my favorite sites, Engadget. The load time is pretty nice. It's not blazing fast like you would on a real PC, but for what this box is doing, it's able to do a lot, I think. Okay. And here you have your action bar right here. You have your back button to get you back home, come back to your home screen. This icon opens up your recent apps where you can slide them and get rid of them. You also have your volume buttons. Okay, let's turn the volume up a little bit. Here is that Office app I was talking about. You're able to, create Word documents and spreadsheets all in here. You're able to email them. know, it's really amazing that this little box can just do so much more than any other set-top box out on the market right now. Oops, gotta discard. You know, create spreadsheets. You know, this box can just do so much. I really just can't stress that enough, and I'm amazed at how, you know, stable this box really is. We also have Google Play Movies. If that's where you get your media from, you can use this to watch any TV shows or movies that you have on your account. So I'll show you some Transformers. There's just so many options with this box to watch your media content. It's really nice to have those options available. You can also hook up Hulu Plus to this. There's a Hulu Plus app. I personally don't have a Hulu Plus account, so I can't show you it, but it does work. I won't show you too much because we're on a tight schedule. Okay. And I recommend, always coming here and closing any apps that you're done with just to free up the RAM space in the MX2. And here's a Super Nintendo emulator. And I'm using it with that controller I showed you earlier. Whoops, that's not that's not a Super Nintendo ROM. Here we go. So I'm able to use this controller to play some old school games. And to be quite honest, it plays a lot nicer than that. I'm not sure why it's stuttering a bit. It may be because I had some other apps open prior to this. Okay, these are some of the preschool apps that my preschool students use to learn. Like I said, there's just so many ways you can use this box to your benefit that the Apple TV, the Roku, other set-top boxes just can't compare to. So if you have young children, they can use this to do puzzles.
Perfect. Check.
And also, I found a nice little tip when using a mouse. You left click to select what you want, but you can, when you right click, the right click acts as a back button for this box. So instead of coming down here and clicking the back button all the time, you can just use the right click, which is very nice. Okay, so let me show you XBMC. Now I also have on my network an HD Home Run. It's a TV tuner box from Silicon. So with XBMC, I'm actually able to watch live TV over the air from the antenna on this box. So this isn't just limited to saved movies you have from Netflix or movies you put on a USB flash drive. You're actually able to watch live TV, and it works quite okay. We'll just show you this then. Like I said, you have ABC, Fox. So let's just show you a channel that you can watch live TV.
Women are dominating.
You're right. It speaks to what Tom was talking about, because men have borne disproportionately the impact of the changing economy in terms of job opportunities. But as a parent, I must say, I spent an awful lot of time when I...
This box is just miraculous. Let me see if I can show you one of the files I have saved on my my NAS hard drive. Here we go. Okay, let's show you a little bit of Avengers. This is hardwired 720p streaming. It's an MKV file. It can also handle 1080p files. I don't have any 1080p files, but it can do that.
It's gonna get a little hard to breathe.
Mike, secure the neck.
Is this a submarine?
Really? They want me in a submerged, pressurized metal.
So this is my review of the Midnight MX2 box.